snacks.
What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here at AwesomeCon 2023. AwesomeCon. I appreciate that. I have the esteemed pleasure of being with the wonderful Mr. Maurice LaMarche.
Thank you, Gage.
Thank you for taking the time.
Pleasure to see you, Gage. Thank you so much for having me.
First of all,
Yes.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you so very much.
You're very
Appreciate
welcome. I certainly appreciate, one, you being here on Father's Day, two, again, taking the time to do this. So here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to do all the normal, regular, like, can you do a voice? I don't, because we already know you do all that.
Well, yes, my friend, but when I take over the world, you shall be spared for sparing me that. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
I really do.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know. You do a lot of these. How many conventions do you do?
I do about 7 to 10 a year, I would say. It's not, I've got friends that, roll to about 40 conventions, and I mean, it's become their thing. 7 to 10 is, I'm 65, that much traveling is a little rough on me. Although the Stones, they're way older than me and they're on the road. So, for a year. So but that's a nice pace for me, 7 to 10, and I do, small towns and a big one like this. Awesome.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to ask you, how did you end up coming to AwesomeCon?
I was invited. I only go where I'm invited. I don't just show up and go, can you guys give me a table, please?
Right.
I have an agent who handles these things, and it's just me. And usually it's a great thing when I can work with my partner in crime on Pinky and the Brain, Rob Paulson, because we work right next to each other. We can do the voices for people back and forth, and it's a really fun thing. Yeah.
You guys have you're like the Batman and Robin, or Robin and Batman, of like. I see you guys everywhere together.
Yes.
It has to be.
We're actually really good friends in real life, so that helps.
Makes sense. I was going to ask about that.
Yes.
Like that, being able to travel with somebody or go to shows like this with someone who you are really good friends with.
It is great.
And know that well. Does that help? Like, do you ever get nervous doing this kind of stuff, like talking to people?
I'm always initially a little nervous. When I step out, there's always initially that thought, nobody's going to show up.
Really?
Nobody wants to see me. I'm old. And I've always got a little trickle of sweat.
Yeah.
I'm always a little wet when I first step out, and then, I see I've got a nice line, and and then the sweat dries up, and it's good. But I always had that fear that it's kind of people have lost interest. It was a show in the 90s and a show in the 2020s.
Yeah,
I've been lucky to be working all this time.
Yeah.
I started this in 1985. Did my first job, and the work really hasn't let up since then. The very first thing I ever did in the States, I did 2 Canadian cartoons with specials, one-offs. First thing was Inspector Gadget. I played Chief Quimby.
Oh yeah.
In the second season. Here's your assignment, Gadget.
I didn't realize that was your first thing. Oh,
yeah, and then Real Ghostbusters. I went right into the same company, Geek Entertainment.
Right.
And I rolled right into that as Dr. Egon Spengler. I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
And so then it just never stopped. Did you intend to do voice work in the beginning? Or?
I intended to just make a living however I could in show business, but I only saw myself as a stand-up comic, and that's where I was primarily buttering my bread. And it was a great experience, and I may go back to it one of these days.
I was going to ask.
This kind of took over, and I was sometimes doing 3 sessions a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it ate up a lot of time and energy, and this just became the thing, and it's not been it's been a fairly lucrative career too. So, it's been.
So you stick with it?
I stick with what's working.
What attracts you? What would take you back to stand-up? What's attracted you?
Well, first of all, I guess more time on my hands to write, because writing a stand-up act is like writing a novel, where you throw out 80%, keep the funniest 20%. I would probably. So I guess if I just had this sudden burst of creativity, or just somebody said, we need you to, we want you, some guy, has a wedding. We want you to do 5 minutes of stand-up next year. Well, I'll sit down and write 5 minutes of stand-up, Yeah.
Okay. That's all it would take.
Yeah.
Somebody to ask.
Or
and you to have the
for
time.
all my work as a voiceover actor to stop, and then I go, well, I guess I better be back to stand-up.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Is there something you haven't voiced that you want to?
I've always wanted to take a crack at the Joker.
Sorry.
And I did audition for it back in 2003 for the show called The Batman with Reno Romano. And they even said, stay away from the Mark Hamill sound because we're not. If we were going for that sound, we would have Mark.
Yeah.
And so I gave an audition that sounded very much like Hannibal Lecter without the accent and with a weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of it. And it just didn't land with them.
Okay.
You know, for whatever reason. And Kevin Michael Richardson did the Joker, did a great job.
Yeah.
But he was basically doing a sort of a bass version of Mark's.
Yeah.
So it is, you know, they've changed their minds a million
Yeah.
times, and that's fine. But I always want to take a shot at Joker because he's so.
I think that would be great though.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
You let us know if you do it.
I will.
Why don't we just do it? Let's just write it and then make it happen.
A Joker show with Mo as Joker.
See, it works for me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna eat up any more of your time because you have a very long line of people.
Well, and I'm grateful for it. That anybody really wants to, you know, line up and get my autograph and do the voice.
For sure.
It's a great thing.
For sure.
So I'm
Listen,
gratified.
thank you for doing that.
I'm gratified you've had me on your show, Gage.
Listen, I am so happy and proud to have had you here.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to tell the people out there watching? What should we be looking for? What should we be listening to? Where should we be going?
First of all, be kind. That's number one. The Dalai Lama and the Brainy Lama say that. Secondly, new Futurama coming to you July 24th on Hulu. 10 new episodes this year, 10 new episodes next year. A new episode dropping every week. So if you're a Futurama fan, this is a continuation. It's not a reboot, a restart. It is, we just pick up where we left off, and you're going to love the show. It looks and sounds exactly the same. Same writers, same actors. It's going to be brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thank you
so much. I appreciate it.
Be well.
With that, we're out, you guys. Toodles and loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.